Hello guys, it's Monday the 20th of March 2017. Monday, so therefore it's bum time. John's bum. Time for John's bum bench update Monday. Right lads, what have we got for you this Monday? Usual cough anyway, I haven't got rid of that. We'll start off with what I've been up to, and first of all we've got the T55, which is all finished off. Wobble wobble, bang the camera. Which is all finished, and I have videos and photographs up on various sites and things. So why not? I was absolutely chuffed with how this came out. I got some lovely effects on it. Really am quite happy with the end result on this one. Makes a lovely little dial or vignette or whatever you want to call it. It's just I have it made now for the last couple of days. I have it up there on a shelf, and it absolutely does. It sticks out. And a couple of people have had a look at it and said, "Wow," you know. So I am really chuffed with that. Considering that I wasn't exactly that happy with the kit in the first place. I was actually quite annoyed with the kit, but by being annoyed with it, it kind of opened up a lease of life for me, shall we say, and I kind of got stuck in, and I added bits and pieces to it and stuff, and I made it into a kind of a nice kit. I think that's my own personal opinion, but I really am chuffed with that one. So that's the T55. Also, what I'm working on, I'm almost finished the construction, the painting and everything else. I just have to sort out a dial for it. I was going to put it onto a longboard, and then I just can't decide whether to do a little dial for it, as in a more square board and have a scene, or just leave it flat. And I still don't know, so I'm going to leave it until I fully decide on that. And that's the 25 pounder, my entry for the Operation Torch group build. So like I said, I have it all finished and painted. Maybe one or two more things to add to it. It'll depend on how it goes on the base. It might need to be, weathered into the base or whatever. But we'll have a look. We'll start with this one piece first. This is the tractor unit. I won't go into too much detail on it because I will be doing a video on it, and saying what products I use, how I did this, how I did that. But I am quite chuffed with that. Even the big scrape down the sides of it, as you see, it's sort of green underneath, which it isn't. It's actually grey underneath. I just used green for the along the chipping. It's chipped in the green, because it would have been green underneath. The colour, like I said, a lot of these were painted on the ship. Some of them weren't. They didn't even bother. A lot of them, a lot of the torch stuff was still green. Actually, something like, I think it was 90% or something of the stuff was green. It was only the British who had say desert coloured some of their stuff, and some of the stuff was already desert coloured. It was stuff that was already, say, due to go out to the 8th Army, but it ended up getting involved in the torch landings. So like I said, I mean, there might have been 5 painted like that, and the other 45 or 50 would have been green. I don't know which one my uncle ended up in, but I do know that some of them were painted in the desert colours, so I'm happy enough with that. It looks nicer than the green, things stand out better, so I decided to do it in the desert colours. Here's the lumber, the ammo carrier, whatever you want to call it. Very nicely detailed and things. It doesn't give you the option of having these open, which is a kind of a pity. Not for me, but as a kit, if you wanted to do a dial with that, this set down, the things open, because it gives you lovely ammo boxes, and it gives an open box with, or 2 open boxes actually, with 25 pounder ammunition on top, and you could make a lovely job out of it. But if you can't open the back of it, you can't have them inside in it and things. So that's the limber anyway. The underneath of it done as well. I didn't show the bottom of this, but I showed it earlier. The underneath, the underside of that is all done. The exhausts and the drive and all that, it's all nicely painted and weathered. So there's the I keep bashing off the camera, I do apologise. There's the tractor unit, and there's the limber for the back of it. So what's next is the most important piece, I suppose, is the gun. There's the gun. It's some nice detail on it, some lovely detail on that whatsoever. The rope, when I initially put it on and painted it, it looked very plastic. I couldn't get anything out of it. Painted the whole thing and everything else, and even when I looked at it last night, it just still looked absolutely horrible. So what I did was I repainted the rope, and I just painted it in buff. Let that sit. While the buff wasn't, I say it was on about a half an hour, and it was hand painted on. I just used the Agrax Earthshade on it with a tiny brush, and it worked. It really did. That looks like a rope now. It just earlier on, it just looked it looked too plastic. I think it was just the colours I used for it. I used Citadel's Steel Legion Drab or something, which is a kind of a khaki colour. Right, there's the workings of the gun itself. Nicely dirtied up and weathered, and you know how it actually would look in use. Plus this is in transit, so it's been pulled across, so it's been, you know, stuff, stones come up, they chip off it, God knows what else. And you know, they're not really in battle. As long as your sighting system is protected, nothing gets caught in the in the workings, so she goes up and down and side to side. They don't care what it looks like, to be quite honest with you. Yes, it would if she was in barracks and a regimental thing. All these things would be gleaming because they could be on parade and inspections, this, that, and the other. But in wartime, there's none of that. There's none of that kind of. You're not going to get given out to for having it in bad condition. So anyway, that's the 25-pounder and field gun and quad tractor. Like I said, I have to figure out a dio for it, and I will be putting up a video on the actual thing itself as well. But I'm really happy with how that came out. Remade the mirror stanchions out of a bit of wire because I kept pinging them off. I put the other ones back on another one time, and they pinged off again, which I shouldn't have done because I knew they were going to ping off, and I should have made them with wire. I said I was going to, and by doing so I lost one. So this one here is just a bit of square styrene, cut to the exact same size as the other one. If you look closely at it, you'll know that it's not a mirror. It doesn't have the the shaping around it and things, but it'll do the jobby. And if you hadn't known, you wouldn't have noticed. So that's the quad gun tractor and thingy-majiggies. Next, I made a start on the my group build for Nuno de Costa's group build. My entry, should I say? I made a start on that. I'm doing the SU-100 from Zvezda, and what I've got far with that is I've got all the wheels together, sanded, cleaned off. The edges here along the surface of the tires all roughed up a bit because they wouldn't be smooth. They would not be smooth. So I find the white UMP sander really rough. Does a great job of that. Don't go overboard. I just quick rough around. And I've got the tub done. It needed filling along here. Just one small little perfectly straight line. So what I did was I used the sprue goo, poured it in along there, and it just went up perfect. Left it overnight and sanded it down, and there she is. She's absolutely beautiful. And that's it. That's all I've got done on that. So Jens this morning said that I probably have it finished and all at this stage, and I told him no. I have not got it finished. I'd only just started. I do other things as well, says you. So that's basically work in progress and work just finished. So that's really it. I want to do just a little quick update on the Operation Torch group build. Now, for the Operation Torch group build, I've got, not including myself, because I'm going along with it, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've 6 confirmed entries and people who've actually started and God knows what else. And I have one then who's, he said he's got a kit on the way for it. He's definitely going ahead with it. I'm just going to give you the names, just in case that you've got an entry there and I haven't seen it yet, if you know what I mean. And these are the ones that I know have entered. So if you've got a kit and you've done a video or you've got photographs and things like that, and I haven't seen them yet, just stick it in the comments box below, a link to where they are, and I'll follow that then on, if you catch my drift. Right, starting off anyway, you've got Beez Beezley. He's doing an LRDG command car. It's a beautiful job. He's kind of halfway through that at the moment, in painting wise anyway. Simon Kemp is doing the Otter and a Crusader tank. Lovely little job. Steve Motteram is doing a Panzer IV. Scott's Bane is doing an M3 Lee for it. Nuno de Costa, should I say, de Costa. He's doing a starch with a Kugelwagen and a little tent, a nice little dio he's got planned for that there. And speaking of dios, we've got Joe's model kits, who's doing sort of a dio of Africa, North Africa, the pyramids, Egypt itself. He's got quite an extensive one planned. So that's the 6 that are basically confirmed. Now this is one I'm going to screw up his name. I do apologise to you because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Jaimerote. 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 If you stick your name in phonetics in the comments box and how to pronounce it, I'll get it. So because I hate mispronouncing words. But he said he's got a kit on the way, and I have a funny feeling it's going to be an aircraft, because he does aircraft. But I'll stick a link up to his channel anyway. So we'll give him a shout out as part of all that. So go over and check him out. He's got some nice little planes done there. I'm not an aircraft guy. I've done 2. I don't think I haven't any plans to do one anyway, any time for the foreseeable future anyway. I'm sort of firmly rooted in the ground, shall we say, and I like my armour. The reason I kind of like my armour and I like fairly rooted to the ground is I found a photograph of myself. I did. This photograph was taken in 2001 in South Lebanon. And there we go. That's me at the back of a Sisu, Sisu APC armour car, which is like kind of a striker type thing. They're I think they're Finnish made, I'm not sure, but that was what I used to look like back in 2001. And as you can see, the hills of the that's what Lebanon looks like. It's just all hills and wadis, and beautiful weather and lovely people, lovely people out there in South Lebanon. I did 4 tours of duty there. Loved it, absolutely loved it. But that's beaten off the beaten track now. What, there's not much left really to talk about. Oh yes, chocolate of the week. Nearly forgot about that, lads. I'm sorry, you have to have your bum chocolate. This week's chocolate is Milka, which is 100% alpine milk chocolate. So it's just plain milk chocolate, but it's nice, it's lovely, and it's a nice creamy chocolate. Especially if you've got a nice hot cup of coffee with it. It just Now, so there. Chocolate of the week. What more can I say? I do like my chocolate. And for those who don't really like, say, that, I've got my a little bar here. Just a little bit of tiffin. Have to have a little bit of tiffin. Time for tiffin. Anyway, that's it, lads. That's it for my bum. If you've any comments, stick them in the comments box below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. There's the odd little bit of interesting thing pops up on the channel, and you never know, you might see something that you actually do like, and I might see a kind of a process or whatever. Well, not step by step, but kind of roughly explain. You might say, oh, I could use that in my kit or whatever. Like I said, I'll be doing a video during the week on the 25 pounder. Mind is still going mental trying to figure out a dial for that, or a display, shall we say, how I'm going to display it. If anybody got any suggestions, stick them below in the box. I'll consider them. Don't forget to give a like. I like the likes. And I'll catch you up on the next one, lads. I think that is everything. I can't think of anything that I haven't done. I didn't do any new items because I haven't got any new items this week. Not a single thing. Nothing. I'm starting saving up for Paddy's Day. You know, it's an expensive day here in Ireland. So anyway, lads, that was it. That's my bum for Monday, the 20th of March 2017. Catch you up, lads. Don't forget, go out and buy a kit, build it and enjoy it. Okay, that's all I can say about that. Bye, lads.